Alright lads, how you doing? Don't look like we're doing too bad, does it? 9 games in and we're third in the table. Got another packed episode for you today, so let's just get on into it. Alright, and the first game of today is the derby. It's Morecambe versus Accrington at the Globe Arena. Alright, the first chance fell to Accrington here as Clarke has the ball, passed off to Keneally. Nice little 1-2 on the right hand side. Crosses the ball into the box towards Charles, but Fagan sees it coming. And Sousa has the ball on the left here. Nice little play with Maguire. Gives it back to him to whip into the box. And Charles can't seem to get decent contact with the ball. Just before the half-hour mark, and you can tell that we were on the back foot all the way through the first half here. And Clarke heads the ball at the back post and he goes underneath the diving Fagan. Unlucky for the keeper there, but it means that Accrington take the lead here and we're going to have to fight our way back into this. And that's exactly what we do. As the first chance of the second half here, Leesman finds Eklund on the edge, gives it to McAvoy, nice little 1-2, finds Clarke with a bit of space in the box and taps it under the goalkeeper near post. The defender tries his best to keep the ball out, but Clarke's finish is pinpoint. You can see here, nice little play on the edge of the box. Clarke runs off his man and passes it past the keeper. Alright, with the score now 1-1, Rogers volleys the ball weirdly towards Pritchard, gets the ball back, gives it to Clarke. Spots the run of Rogers, decides to cross into Charles, but it's a decent save from Fagan in the end. And McAvoy here on the attack for Morecambe. Turns his man, passes off to Xavier. Passes back to McAvoy, tries to find Eklund through the middle, but it's a decent clearance. We're carrying on here as Pino heads the ball forwards. We're trying to get this winner here. Jan passes to Lucas, gives it off to Xavier, tries a shot from distance, but it's blocked yet again. More frustration for the Morecambe side. Anyway, last chance of the game here as Sousa crosses the ball in from the left. And it's annoying, but it's a brilliant volley from Dion Charles there to win the game for Accrington. It's so annoying considering it's a derby as well. But that does mean that Morecambe do lose their first game in a while, and it is to their rivals Accrington at home. And here's just a quick look at the league table. Obviously, we've played 10 games so far. We currently sit in third, and that win for Accrington means a lot for them because they've now jumped 3 points ahead of us, and they are second in the table, only below Forest Green, who are top with 26 points. Right, we need to bounce back from that loss, don't we? And we've got Port Vale at Vale Park. First chance of the game fell to Morecambe, and Clarke passes the ball off to Jan on the right hand side, gives it off to McAvoy, and yet again the marking is slack. It must be League 2 marking because this is happening quite often. McAvoy steps off his man and passes it straight into the bottom corner. You can see here, straight through the defender and the goalkeeper. Brilliant strike from the midfielder. Okay, half hour gone here. Xavier passes off to Davis. Little 1-2 there, gives off to McAvoy. And he seems to be clattered inside the box, but no decision given. Port Vale's first attack of the game as a move. Crosses the ball into the box, and Bennett has a brilliant header. Heads straight past Romero, and you can't really do much about that. He steps across the defender, heads across goal, and Romero is left standing. Port Vale on the attack again here. The first chance of the second half gives off to Conlon inside the box. Nice little back heel, and it's another decent save from Romero. Morecambe obviously angered by the Port Vale attacks of recent. Davis passes off into Alvarez. He spots a clear lane right all the way towards the goal. Unfortunately, he squibs his shot wide of the target. A couple minutes later, Port Vale on the attack with a move. Gives it off to Bennett, who scored in the first half. Decent block from Moore. Troubling passing at the back there, but luckily it doesn't come to anything, and that means we are still in search of our first win of the episode as this one finishes 1-1 at Vale Park. So we have the October Youth Squad report here, and the first name on the list, like always, is Max Mitchell. Now he's 56 rated now, he's worth 200 grand, his potential's 86 to 92, so he's definitely keeping his spot in the youth academy. The next name on the list is Thomas de Haan, the Dutch left back, 17 years of age, 53 rated, 63 to 81 potential. The only reason he is staying in our youth academy is because we are short on defenders, and I'm hoping he can play centre half. Okay, the third name on the list is the Finnish right winger Askari Joel, 5'8" in height, 54 rated, 79 to 94 rated. He's definitely keeping his spot. I want to see how he grows. Fourth name on the list is an Englishman named Max Robinson, 15-year-old left back who's physically strong, 53 rated, and yet again the same as Thomas de Haan, he's staying in the youth academy because we are struggling for defenders, and hopefully he'll be able to play multiple positions. And the last name on the list is a 50 rated Italian midfielder named Francesco Mancini, 16 years of age with a maximum potential of 91. So he's definitely keeping his spot, and I'm looking forward to actually trying him out in the future, but not yet because he's not ready. Going into our third game of the episode here, and it is a home game against Crewe Alexandra. And the first chance of the half starts here as Bailey and Xavier link up in the middle of the park. Bailey spots the run of Clarke running through, but his shot is high and wide of the target. Xavier yet again involved in the next attack in the 33rd minute, gives the ball up to Jan Eklund on the right. A brilliant scissor kick volley from Clarke, but the keeper is a match for it. Crewe with their first attack of the game just before the half-time whistle. Porter lobs the ball up for Jones, and it's just whistles past the near post there. Unlucky for Crewe. Right, Martin in an unfamiliar position inside the box, gives off to Lucas Eklund, and he's still trying to grab his second goal of the season. Clarke here for Crewe on the left hand side, crossing the ball in towards Porter. He can't quite get a header on it, and their player volleys the ball well over the bar, not troubling the keeper whatsoever. Martin yet again in an attacking position, crosses the ball into Clarke, heads the ball into the ground, and unfortunately it bounces onto the bar and not into the back of the net. Morecambe on the attack yet again as Bailey passes off to McAvoy, passes off to Clarke, and a perfectly timed finish into the side netting to give Morecambe the lead 10 seconds before the final whistle, which is a perfect time to score. No time for Crewe to come back. That means Morecambe finally in this episode pick up 3 points, and it's a 1-0 win over Crewe at the Globe Arena. Alright, going from the league to the cup now as we face Bolton Wanderers in the Leeson.com trophy. And the first chance of the game here, Ritchie has the ball, passes off to LeBlanc, gives it off to Davis, perfectly timed run through the middle, and manages to force off the defender, but his shot is straight at the goalkeeper. The ball is with De Silva here, spots the run of Davis yet again. This time he doesn't make the same mistake, and his left-footed strike goes underneath the goalkeeper to give Morecambe the lead in the 34th minute. And what a start for Morecambe here, and especially for Nicholas Davis. And that is his first goal in the Leeson.com trophy this season. Brilliant finish there. Okay, we're Morecambe on the attack yet again. Brennan with a 1-2 with De Silva, and a left-footed half volley goes right into the top corner to double Morecambe's lead just before the half. And the Northern Irishman, much like Davis, has grabbed his first goal in the competition for the season. Brilliant touch to get it out his feet, and a half volley with the left foot straight into top bins. The first chance of the second half here, Bolton come at Morecambe's defence. The duo crosses the ball into the box, but Romero is a match for it. Yet again on that same wing, Politic has the ball, gets past Morgan, crosses the ball into the box, and it is caught in the end by a flying Romero. And that is it. That is all for the game. Morecambe come away 2-0 winners at the University of Bolton Stadium. Then we're going for 5 games in this episode rather than 4 today, as we have Bury at Gig Lane. Bury started out the game very early on in the second minute here as Melksham passes off to Thubridge, spots the through run of Melksham, and the shot doesn't trouble Romero. Morecambe here, McAvoy passes off to De Silva, spots the through run but decides to go back to McAvoy, now goes to Eklund, and his shot is wide of the target. Bury on the attack yet again as Melksham crosses the ball into the box. Merton's shot ends up bouncing off the head of Thubridge. Crookside keeps the ball in play, and Rushford smacks the ball into Moore, bounces back to him, and he hits it right in the bottom corner, straight past Romero to give Bury the lead in this game. Morecambe obviously angered by that late first half goal as Xavier with some technical dribbling inside the Bury half gives off to De Silva, spots the run of Bailey, but his shot goes well over the Bury crossbar. A couple of minutes later here as Curl passes off to Crookside, Merton has the ball, Melksham crosses the ball off to Smith Hilton, spots the run of Thubridge, but Leisman gets the better of it this time. Just before the hour mark here as Xavier passes the ball off to Moore, spots McAvoy with a yard of space, and he hits the post. Unlucky. 13 minutes from the end here as Eklund passes off to Davis. Davis has a few runners here, gives it up to McAvoy, spots the run of Clarke, and a near post finish yet again from the striker who's in red hot form this season. 8 goals for the season already, and we're only in the start of October. You can see there the keeper could have done a bit better there, but gladly he didn't. And here is the final chance of the game as Bailey and Clarke link up inside the Bury half. Clarke turns his man, but his shot is blocked by the defender, which means this final game of today's episode finishes 1-1 at Gig Lane. Well, we've had a packed episode today. We've had 5 games. We had 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss against Accrington. Clarke seems to have carried on his form that he's had so far this season, as he's now up to 8 goals in the league, with 3 of them coming in today's episode. Also, the Leeson.com success means that Davis and Brennan are off the mark and we go into the next round. So, many positives to take from this episode. We've obviously got Grimsby in the first game of the next one, so if you like this one, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you want, and you know what guys, we'll see you in a bit.